This is Selman Street, which links the High Street and Ardmore Road to the Stafford-Newport main road. This 1924 map, along with earlier versions, spells Selman with just one letter L. And this is a view of St. Lawrence's Church from along Glebe Lane, or Back Lane as it was then. I've not included much detail about the church in this tour, as it's well documented elsewhere by others far more qualified. However, there is a story about someone who lived near to the church and objected so strongly about the bells that he took a pot shot at the tower. Is this that person? And this is the church south-facing wall taken from the path between the main gates of the churchyard and Selman Street. But have you seen this chalice, which is presumably a stonemason's mark? This is the old vicarage, now called Parkside, built in 1850 for the Reverend John Till. It cost £1,100 and he contributed £400 of that from his own pocket. He was the vicar from 1845 to 1901. This is the lockup, located here in the early 1970s from its location at the bottom of the High Street, thanks to the efforts of Gnosall WI. The old vicarage can be seen in the background. The field behind the old lockup was known as Parsons or Vicarage Field. It was used for agricultural and horticultural shows and gymkhanas. The Gnosall show was also held at the football field at Ardmore and down Lowfield Lane on the Well Leasow Field, more commonly known as the Well Leather, on the site where St. Lawrence Primary School was built. This award for horticulture was from 1930 and is about the size of a 50p coin. This is a good location for showing the history of the schools in Gnosall. The parochial school, shown here in blue, was opened in 1875. It had an infants class and 3 other rooms. School leaving age was 13. And this is a Gnosall parochial school blazer badge. In 1915, the infant school was opened in the High Street with 64 children. There were 3 classrooms and a cloakroom, no assembly hall or staff room, and the toilets were outside. One of the classrooms was equipped as a handicraft centre and used for cookery lessons 3 times a week. On those days, 2 of the infants' classes had to be accommodated in one room of 460 square feet, very overcrowded. Initially, Miss de Grange was the headmistress. The village started to expand after the Second World War and the population increased. There were 100 pupils at the parochial school in 1948, 112 in 1949, 150 in 1950 and 170 in 1951. By 1952, the parochial school had 2 new classrooms to accommodate the increase. The school is behind the white classroom. In May 1957, the infant school at the top of this picture had a new hall. And in September of the same year, 1957, the secondary school opened down Lowfield Lane. On the corner of Selman Street and the main road was a substantial farm and egg packing station. This was Manor Farm, and this is the rear of the building. In the early 1970s, the whole site was cleared and a new junior school was built. The St. Lawrence First School, as it was known, opened in 1973 and was used as a junior school in conjunction with the original parochial school. Infants attended the Grosvenor School, shown here in red, which became known as the Annex. Starting in the late 1970s, the system changed. Secondary education was moved to Stafford, and the infants and juniors moved to the Lowfield Lane site. The Grosvenor Infants and St Lawrence Junior Schools closed in 1989. This is the area today, with residential properties at Church Close. And this is what it looked like when St Lawrence Junior School was there. And finally, a view from the church tower showing St Lawrence School, and across the main road the Memorial Village Hall and the County Secondary School down Lowfield Lane.